Ty Bartel in with another edition of Player Profile. This one brought to us by our friends over at Coca's Pizza. We head into our friends over at Canfield High School, one of their seniors of the Lady Cards basketball program, Marina Koenig, joining me today. Marina, how are we doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us. And I mean, I'm doing well. You guys are doing well. And I feel like you've only known success, I feel like, in your high school sports career, too, with the amount of amazing teams you've gotten to play on. Just talk to me about the ebbs and flows of this basketball season. It feels like you guys are in the midst of something special on the hardwood. What's it been like being one of the seniors for this team?
Yeah, it's been really special so far. And I mean, going into this season, we didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. We were all pretty young and pretty inexperienced on the varsity level. So just took every game and every practice as just kind of getting better and getting to know each other. And it ended up leading us to a pretty great season. So looking to go into the tournament just the same way.
You get into high school and you look at the seniors and it feels like that time is so far away, but then in a blink of an eye it's your senior night. What was it like for you to kind of take that step of being a leader for your team and one of the voices that the girls are going to look to lead them through the good times and the bad?
Yeah, I mean, I've learned from a lot of great seniors ahead of me. Last year, Cami Dill, Cami Ritz, Macy, Grace, and then the year prior, Abby Muck. You have Kate Solly, and even my freshman year, we had Summer and Alyssa Dill and Gianna DeLucia. And I mean, learning from all of them, just on the basketball level, that is how I was kind of shaped into the leader I wanted to be able to be someone that all the other girls were able to look up to and to be able to talk to on a personal level as well. So that's kind of been my goal for this throughout the senior year, and I think that all of the girls are trying to be leaders as well.
You've seen a lot of success regional runs in the basketball level. You've brought home a state championship at the softball level too. When you just talk about the success that you've seen and the kind of standard that's been set for you in sports too, what do you think this culture is like in Canfield too to be able to have success across multiple sports and girls sports?
Yeah, the Canfield culture is all about winning and giving your best effort. And I mean, you don't expect anything less than that. And I mean, especially throughout the last couple of years, we had a lot of great athletes coming through. And I mean, you just know what you're going to get. Is a great competitor, and everyone just gives everything they have, like no matter what it is in any kind of sport. So that's kind of the standard that we all follow, and we keep up the Canfield legacy throughout all the winning seasons before. So that's kind of what you go into Canfield sports. So being able to hold that up is pretty special.
Credit and love you gave all to the seniors that came before you too and what you were able to learn from them. What do you think the biggest thing that you've improved in basketball wise has been since your freshman year until now?
Definitely my mentality. I mean, I was throughout my freshman and sophomore years, I got a lot of things or I let them go to my head, and just like having a bad game, being able to let it go, a mistake or a missed shot, that used to always get me going. And this year, especially, I've been able to kind of let those go and be able to keep positive and just be able to look around and be like, my team has my back. And no matter what, if I'm having an off game, a good game, someone else is also showing up. And if it's not one person, it's the whole team.
I don't think the Cards have lost this year when they start with a Marina Koenig 3 too on offense. So I think that's another thing that you got going for you. You talked about as a player too, and on the court stuff too, and what you were able to improve in the mentality. Would you say it's the same for you as a person and maybe the classroom and just developing as a young lady too, or would you say there's something different too that you feel like you've gotten better at and you've really developed yourself in from freshman year to now?
Yeah, freshman year now, it's pretty much the same thing. It's being able to kind of hold at my own confidence level and being able to be an open and bubbly person. I feel like I've come out of my shell a lot, and I feel like a lot of people go through that in high school. Be able to kind of go outside the box and meet new people and everything. And I'm proud that I'm able to do that and continue that on the basketball court as well.
Talk to me about just the student part of being a student athlete too. I know all the time you have to put in extra time outside of the traditional practices that you put in both softball, basketball to get to the level where you're at. Just talk to me about what it's like though to be a student too and be academically sound as well as athletically.
Yeah, I mean, I always try to set goals for myself and put myself in harder classes. I mean, I'm taking a couple AP classes and like going through that and giving myself time to do the outside work in basketball and softball, and then also know how to know the time that I need to get through all my schoolwork as well. It's always difficult, but I mean, I've grown up doing it, and you just kind of you got to learn how to manage your time, and that's something that I've had to do this year as well.
What's kind of your keys to time management for success? Maybe some younger girls that are starting in the high school realm this upcoming year too. Let them know what they're getting into a little bit.
Hmm. Yeah, my biggest thing is don't procrastinate. Obviously, we've all had our shares of procrastinating. But I mean, I came home from school today, got my work done over for the weekend too. So being able to have that done, being able to completely focus on, we have a game tomorrow, and being able to focus on that and not have to do my schoolwork after that is it definitely helps me.
I hear you too. The procrastination bug bit me too in high school too. And it's a lot better to get ahead of it, get it done, and have a free schedule ahead of you. Who are some big teachers at Canfield that have had an impact on your life?
Yeah, at Canfield we have a thing called prime time, and it's kind of a class that you go to in the mornings, and you have the same teacher, same class all 4 years. And my teacher, I also had him for AP Lit. His name is Mr. Courtney, and he's probably my favorite high school teacher. But he's always been really funny, and he always asks how games go. And I mean, it's really special to know that the teachers care just as much as some of the students do, and they like to hear about your outside lives, not just in the classroom.
Do you think it's that, or what are some other things about a teacher that I guess touches your heart, or it connects with you too, to make you want to learn, want to progress more in someone's class too? What is it about a teacher? What are some traits that you look for?
And some teachers too. My math teacher, Mr. Hamilton, he really, really cares about what he teaches, and he makes sure that everyone understands what's going on. And just the way that he teaches is very in depth, and I think it's easier to learn that way. And I'm excited to go to that class sometimes because that it's something that he enjoys doing. So I enjoy learning from the people who like what they're doing.
Hey, if someone can make you like a math class, I think they're doing their job pretty well, no doubt, no doubt. When we talk about your basketball journey, I'm actually curious. What was the first chapter that you written in your basketball journey? What's the first time you remember having the pumpkin in the hands?
The first time I did play YMCA basketball when I was
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years old. That's my
Real
first
early.
team. Yeah, real early. But I do remember going out. My dad goes up and plays basketball with some of his friends on Sundays, like Sunday nights. And I remember since like I was real little, I went up there and I got some shots up while they were playing. I just remember looking at them and watching them play, and like just seeing that the sport after so many years has brought them all together.
There's a lot of girls that start at that level, the YMCA level. There's not a lot that continue it all the way through the high school level, all the way through senior year. What kept you in the sport of basketball?
For me, it was the girls. It was the love for the sport and all the girls that have gotten me through every second. And like practices get real intense, they get really hard. The sport is not at any in any means an easy sport. So being able to have girls that you grew up with and can call your best friends, that's what keeps me in the sport.
I love the coaching staff over there at Canfield too. You talk about some intensity too. They know how to get the best out of all of you. Do Coach Real, Coach Pav too. What's it been like being under their tutelage for the last few years too? And what have some of the biggest things you've gained from their coaching style?
Yeah, I've learned a lot about myself throughout their coaching styles. I mean, Pav would get up in you freshman, sophomore year, and it only shapes you into a better player. And then Coach Real, he lets you figure things out. And like even when my sister played basketball when she was 2 years older than me, so being able to like as a middle schooler see her playing for them, it made me excited to play with them, and it made me look forward to that. And being in their team is really special because you know that they care about every single one of us too.
You mentioned the middle school years, and one of the things I love that Canfield High School does is they let the middle school teams play during halftime too, during your guys' varsity contest. What's that like now? Is it a full circle moment feeling for you now that you're helping out the youth and you're the one giving out when you were not too long ago in their shoes?
Yeah, 100%. It's really great seeing all the little girls come in. They come in during before the game, like right after the end of the JV game, so we can sit in there and we can talk to them, and like being able to give back to the younger generation is really awesome. It's really special, and I think that's what sports is about, is being able to give back to them, because I still remember the girls that I looked up to when I was that age, and being able to be that person for them, to me, it means a lot.
I feel like sports are ever changing at all levels too. There's always constantly change. Do you feel like there's still a lot of similarities from when you played middle school to now, or do you see some differences in how middle school basketball is played now to compared to when you did?
I think what middle schoolers now are kind of like exposed to is they see a lot more varsity basketball being played. So the extra one more passes and the like trick plays, threes are being I mean, we just watched the seventh graders win a championship the other day, and they knocked down a couple of threes. So, I mean, definitely in that sense, we didn't make many threes. We scored probably 15 points a game, but being able to see that, it's definitely grown in that way.
Developing too the quality at even younger ages too. I love to see it too, and I love to see it with that program. What's some advice that's been given to you, whether it's sports related or not, that you kind of hold near and dear to your heart too? That kind of is like one of your guiding lights.
Yeah, for me, I remember being told to enjoy every moment and not to take advantage of anything, because you never know when it's going to be your last game, last practice. So I always play and I practice like that.
When it does inevitably happen too, and it is going to happen for you this season too, what do you think the emotions and what do you think the feelings going to be like for you?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be sad. I've always played with these girls. Me and Elaine being only seniors, I mean, we've gotten really, really close. She's one of my best friends, so it's definitely gonna be really sad. But with the season that we've had, I mean, you got to be really happy and really proud of that.
I know the basketball profile, but I want to talk softball because you've had the unique experience of not only winning a state championship, but you've lost a state championship too. And you've had the experience of being on both sides of that coin. How has the win and the loss in such a big moment helped shape you both as an athlete and as a person?
Yeah, I mean, both games. I mean, the first one you went into it and you're happy to be there, and you're really excited, and the loss it just hurts. And then getting there the second year, it's more of a revenge tour kind of thing, and that's what Coach Kernan went by a couple times this year. So being able to come back and do it again was really, really special. So being on both sides of that, it gives you a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and I mean it's another thing that's you can't expect anything.
I ask that question because I want to ask this next question too. Do you feel like those experiences have translated to the hardwood now and helped you on the basketball court?
100%. I mean, even though we've had a successful season right now, 20-1, going into the tournament, I mean, you never know it could happen. So you can't take advantage of the like the record that we've had, the bracket pool that we've been given. I mean, anything can happen those given moments. So we could make a really long run. We can't. We couldn't. I mean, obviously we're hoping to, and that's the goal. So yeah, but playing every game like it's going to be your last is going to be how we're playing here soon.
And I want you to stay in the moment. I'm excited for what you girls can accomplish because I think you girls can accomplish a lot. But just talking a little bit about future plans too. After everything's all said and done, the cap's thrown in the air too, and high school is over. You get your diploma. What's the plans for Marina Koenig after high school?
Yeah, well, I'm playing summer ball for softball this year, which I'm really looking forward to. And then we're going to Tiffin University to continue my softball career, which I'm really, really excited about. The softball program is amazing. The coaches are, I mean, they're one of the reasons that I was really leaning toward Tiffin. So I'm really excited to get started.
I think the percentage is like something seven under 8% of athletes in high school make it to the college level. In your opinion, what does it take to become a college level athlete and get to that level?
To be able to get to the college level, it definitely takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort, which everyone knows that. But you also have to stay positive in the mental side of it. You have to stay balanced, whether it's schoolwork, whether it's positives and negatives. You always have to stay balanced and not get too up, not to get too down on yourself. So I think that for me has been the biggest thing is being able to mentally stay at a balanced level.
What gets you or what keeps you disciplined on those days where inevitably you're going to have where I don't want to go to practice right now, or it's been a long day. I really don't want to go and do this right now. What gets you through those type of days?
Yeah, it's for me right now, it's basketball, my teammates. Um, Whenever you walk in the locker room, someone's cracking a joke. Someone's saying something, and then you get out on the court and the coaches are making jokes, and it's just funny. And hear about everyone's days, like the school day, the past night. It's like for me, that's what brings me joy in those days that I'm not feeling it.
I love this team. I love what you girls are able to do on the floor too, and I love your attitudes off the floor. And you are a big credit to that too, as one of the seniors at the top of it, leading the girls on the floor too, with all the culture and all the experience that you've had over the years. Marina, before I let you go, I want to give you the spotlight and a chance to shout out and give some love to all the supporters or some big name supporters that have been there with you along the way.
Yeah. First of all, I want to thank my parents and every my friends and family for coming to my games. I mean, the support has been endless the last 4 years, especially in basketball. There are a lot of ups and downs, and everyone is able to work me through those. And then my teammates who have been a huge part of this season and have become some of my best friends. And then my coaches for all the opportunities they've given me.
Well, Tiffin, you're getting a good one after she's all said and done with high school, but she's got some big goals to accomplish, and I think the cards are primed to do so this upcoming season. Marina, I've enjoyed talking with you too. Thank you so much for joining us today, and within due time, we'll be seeing you out there on the hardwood and on the field here real soon.
Thank you so much.